Okay, so let's say you're gonna buy a deal, it's a first deal, and you wanna do $1 million deal, right? It sounds good enough. It's a good sized first deal for you to do. So that's the purchase price. You got a $1 million purchase price here. Now, let's say it's 3 times earnings. 3 times earnings deal. And let's just do this. Let's make everything bigger. Okay, so you're buying a deal at 3 times earnings, which I've talked about this on the channel more than once, but for most service-based businesses or for most businesses where you're not buying a deep amount of hard assets, you can buy the business at between 2 to 4 times earnings. 5 is a little too much. 2 times is a steal. 3 times earnings is kind of that middle ground that you can really negotiate very regularly in many industries, right? So let's say you buy the business at 3 times earnings. So if it's $1 million purchase price and you're buying it at 3 times earnings, how much is it doing in EBITDA? Well, I can tell you it's doing $333,000, more or less, right? And that's an EBITDA or NOI. They're similar terms. EBITDA is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. And NOI stands for net operating income. NOI is more commonly used in real estate. EBITDA is more commonly used in traditional forms of business. This is probably really more of a business deal because real estate you're buying at 8 to 15 times earnings. So let's get rid of the NOI. Okay, you're buying it for 3 times EBITDA, $1 million purchase price. It's doing about $333,000 a year in EBITDA, right? So now, how much are you going to procure the debt for, right? Because what we need to calculate, the DSCR, the debt service coverage ratio. That's what we need to calculate. What is the DSCR? What is it? It's the EBITDA divided by the debt payment. There it is. Now let's say you're going to take out an SBA loan, which I recommend, especially if you're in the United States and if you're in a service-based business industry or basically in any other sector other than real estate. You can get an SBA loan at about 90% LTV, 90% loan to value. So in this case, an SBA loan, if you were to procure a 90% LTV loan for $1 million acquisition, this means you're looking for a loan of $900,000. Okay, let's make some assumptions. Let's say you're going to get it at 6%, which isn't even that great of an interest rate, especially with the Feds. They've been cutting rates lately. But let's say you're going to get it at a 6% interest rate on a 20-year amortization. And we'll say a 10-year balloon, which makes it easy enough. And the balloon's not going to be super important here for calculating. But again, that's for a loan of $900,000. All right, now give me a sec. Let's go over to the loan calculator and let's calculate how much this thing is going to cost you. Okay, so you're going to take out a loan for $900,000. We said it would be 6%. We're going to put it on a 20-year am. We're going to put a balloon payment of 10 years, whatever. Boom. It's saying your principal plus interest payments, if you choose to do that route, that's going to be a P&I payment per month equals, what did it say? 6,000, blah, 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 that number. So let's do 12 times equals sum, 12 times 6447.88. That equals 77,000 and change, right? Now, what is our DSCR? Remember, our DSCR equals, and I know this isn't the most beautiful notes on the planet. We can clean things up at the end, but let's just keep rolling here, okay? So our DSCR equals our earnings, which remember, that's this. So this equals 333 divided by that. Dude, that's a 333% debt coverage ratio. I make that face because that kind of debt service coverage ratio will blow a banker's mind. That will blow a banker's mind. You could get him to, this is how you get a guy to overfinance. You say, look, Mr. Banker, what this means is for every, okay, again, this means you're going to make this much in earnings, $333,000, and you're only going to pay 77 and change in debt. Right? For every dollar in debt you pay, you make over $3.33 in earnings. Okay, this means you could remove $200,000 a year off of the EBITDA and still easily make your debt payment. Now, this is a pretty traditional scenario here. You buy a business at 3 times earnings. You use an SBA loan for 90% LTV, which is fairly aggressive, but not ridiculously so. 6% interest rate, that's even kind of poor. You could probably negotiate 5.5 right now, or even 5. 20-year amortization, that's kind of standard. I mean, yeah, we could change the amortization schedule. Dude, you're only paying 77 G's. Now let's do a different example. Let's say the banker says, just leave that. Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's say the banker says, I want a 7% IR, which is a high interest rate at this point. I only want you to use a 15-year amort, and that stands for amortization. But yeah, I'll give you the 900, or do you know what? I'll give you the whole million if you do it like that. So that's 100% LTV, right? I'm going to give you all the money, but you got to pay 7% interest rate on a 15-year amortization schedule. Let's go back to the loan calculator. Okay. We said 7%, 15, calculate. Okay, now our principal plus interest payment goes up to about 9G, which you saw. So paste that there. Okay, so that's our P&I, our principal plus interest payment per month. Okay, no. Oh, whoops, I see what happened there. I'm just trying to show you what's going on here. Okay, now let's do it per year. So we're going to take that times 12. Okay, that's our P&I payment per year, and it's only 107 G's. Okay, so now let's do our DSCR here. What's our DSCR here? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Equals sum, boom, divided by, boom. It's still over 300%. I mean, that's shooting ducks out of a rain barrel, dude. Change these to percentages. Dude, let me put it to you like this, okay? Whoops, I messed that up. Take back what I just did there. 330, I mean, both of these are well over 300%. Let me put it to you this way. Banks will loan on 125% DSCR or more. Just go read their websites. They literally tell you that they will loan at 125% DSCR or more. They tell you. They tell you. See, but what most people are buying in this day and age is real estate. I'll be the first to say it. I'm buying real estate. I get fired up when I see these numbers because it makes me think, darn, I should have bought laundromats, or I should have bought florist shops, or barber shops, or assisted living, or diagnostic labs, or anything else that's a service-based business where you can buy stuff at 3 times earnings. This is the punchline right here. This right there, I'm putting it in red. I'm going to make it in size 72 freaking font so you get it. Buying businesses at 2 to 4 times earnings allows for DSCRs of over 300% all day long. This creates this. And I'm going to bold it just to make a point. That's really what it is right here. When you buy things at 3 times earnings, 2 times earnings, 4 times earnings, you are able to freely cash flow after debt service like an animal. That means, again, for every $1 of debt you pay down here at a 7% interest rate on a 15-year AM, you get to make another $3.09. It's crazy. It's crazy. And look, check the numbers, okay? Go run these numbers yourself. You'll see it's all true. So this is how you do deals in the M&A space. This is how you get wealthy in the M&A space. It's really as simple as finding a hot deal, negotiating a purchase price that's down at this 2 to 4 times earnings marker, and then telling the banker, what are you, blind? I mean, we're covering our debt service ratio. We're covering our debt easy. Oh, I mean, look at this. When's the last time you saw a DSCR like this? And by the way, when you tap into the SBA, now you're literally tapping into government-backed financing, which means under the 0.0001% chance you don't make your loan, the government's going to back at least 50% of that loan for the bank. So the bank, they're going to get their fees for the transaction. They're going to loan the money out at an interest rate. And if the deal ever happened to go wrong, which at a DSCR like 333% or 309% respectively, good luck making that happen. But if you were somehow able to screw this up, the government backs them on the SBA loan program. So this is how you procure financing for doing these deals. This is how you sell it. Simple math here. This is the math. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to turn off the video. I'm done. Share your comments below. If you've liked the video, thumbs it up.